Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to my review for Need for Speed The Run, the new installment of the long-going franchise that has mostly been very good. You know, the last year's installment, Hot Pursuit, I was about to say Hot Fuzz. No, that's a great movie. Last year's game, Hot Pursuit, was really good. So I was looking forward to this one, expecting, the high-speed mayhem of that game, exactly like that game was. Let's talk about it, because I want to talk about this game. Let's talk about the story first, because that's the big selling point of this game. There's a story, and boy, does it suck. The story in this game is underwhelming, to say the least. The story here is this. You play a guy, he's a fugitive, well not a fugitive, I'm sorry, he's wanted by the mob, so I guess, whatever. He's wanted by the mob, and to clear his name, he has to do this 200-car race called The Run, which is from San Francisco all the way to New York, and if he wins, he clears his name. There you go, that's the story. That's literally the story. You just drive, you drive. Sometimes you get maybe a character looking at a girl and getting aroused. There's actually a scene like that in the game, and that's it. You don't get any character development at all. So there you go, there's the story. It's very lame. Let's get straight into the sound, because the sound is actually, unlike the story, really good in this game. The cars all sound great. The soundtrack really gets you in the mood of racing. It sounds all great. The voice acting is actually surprisingly good. Disappointingly, there's not that much of it, because I'll talk about that in a minute. But there's not that much voice acting. But for the most part, the sound is really good in this game. So get that out of the way. Now the graphics. The graphics, I would say they're good, okay? I'm going to say it right there. They're good. But I have some problems with them, okay? When you're going at high speed and some of these little effects that you're going through, like if it's snowing and stuff, if it's raining, when they're running through the car, it looks great. The cars themselves also look really good. I should have mentioned that first, because that's the main thing about the game. The cars all look great, actually. Very well detailed, very good. And when you crash into other cars, there's actually really cool damage models for all the cars. That's really great, and definitely you'll be crashing a lot in this game. So that at least there's something really cool to look at when you're freaking screwing up in a game. So you got that. The effects look really cool. The environments for the most part look really good, but I noticed if you go off the main road of a game, they'll start you straight back from where you were, because you're going off on your own and you're not supposed to do that. But if you do that, you can tell that the graphics take a downfall, because they don't even care about the other stuff. If you go outside of an area you're not supposed to and you look around for a little bit, you'll get restarted, but the thing is, you'll see all these blurry textures and blobby things. It's just like, it's ugly. It really is. Besides that, the graphics are really nice. Oh, also there's some character models that don't look all that great. There's times where you pass by a character, and I swear to God, they would not have a face. Like, it would slow motion past a car, and you'd see a character model in there, like a cop or some other racer, and they won't have a face. And I swear, it wasn't just me screwing up. I saw that a few times, and I'm like, oh my God, really? They didn't even give them like a standard face? Like, jeez. So there you go. There's the graphics. For the most part, really nice, but there's a lot of problems with it. Now let's get to the gameplay. If you have played a racing game before, you have played this game, because it's racing. There's nothing different. Okay, sure, there's some really cool set pieces in the game, but for the most part, it's just racing. You race, you brake, you turn around, you turn corners, you try to beat people. There you go. Now, the thing that sets this apart, like the story, is that it actually has a story, and you have a campaign mode. The campaign mode is repetitive, and this is really bad, because the campaign mode, you get ready for this, it's just over 2 hours long. The campaign I beat in 2 hours and 18 minutes, and that was me taking my time, okay? That was me not freaking trying to beat everybody's like high score in the game, because the game wants you to try to get on top of the leaderboards. That's why it's so short, so they can say, hey, keep trying to be the best and stuff. So that will be somewhat replay value, but it just doesn't cut it. It really doesn't. This campaign is way too short, very repetitive, because you have like 10 stages, and each stage is about 10 to 15 minutes long, and each stage makes you do this. You race with about 8 other people. You have to beat all those 8 people, Then you'll have to do a time trial. Then you have to do a time trial while trying to beat other people, so you won't be last. Like say you're in third, you want to be second before the time goes down, or you'll be eliminated. So that's pretty much it. And then you'll do some boss battles, pretty much where you just race against one really good guy. That's really the campaign itself, and it gets really repetitive, even though it's only 2 hours long. You also have some multiplayer in the game, which I'm not really good at multiplayer. I only played a little bit, so if you really like multiplayer, it's there. You'll probably have a good time. And also you have like a challenge mode, which I barely played too. It's just like trying to get, best time or something. I barely played it, and that might add some replay value to it. But to me, it's just it feels like a rushed game, because every year there needs to be a Need for Speed game. Here's your new one, and it's rushed. It feels very rushed. It has a terrible story, very short campaign. The Xbox Live is good if you like to race against other people. They have a whole bunch of different game modes, but for the most part, it's not all that great. It really isn't. It's a very mediocre game. Is it horrible? No. Is it bad? Almost. But for the most part, it's just average. So anyway, there you go. There's my review for Need for Speed Run. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.